So in the previous video about this topic around Doom the Dark Ages, I mentioned that the new trailer about the Revelations DLC could be hinting at finally revealing the mysterious Wretch that was mentioned in the Doomslayer Testaments back in Doom from 2016. There's a few things I want to cover in the Revelations trailer. During this scene, a voice speaks out saying this to the Slayer: "The council has chosen, beneath this chamber will be your tomb." Then a new demon is released upon the Slayer, and it looks like things went bad for the Slayer. The outcome of this battle looks so bad that the Doomslayer's armor is falling apart. Then his body is seen flying through the air, and he lands in some unknown area. Then we see this ghostly hand carrying a torch as it locates the body of the Slayer. This demonic hand then rolls the Slayer's body onto his back. We also see this object nearby, as if the Slayer dropped it before going down. This could be some type of rune, or just something important in the story. A voice then speaks out with these words: "This place is your pain-given shape. It holds many secrets. Only a cleansed soul may leave." As he grabs a spear, which becomes a new weapon in this DLC. This voice also says this: "I am not your enemy. I am your way out." Which could mean there is someone down there, most likely a demon, that is trying to help the Slayer out of this area. The rest of the footage is just gameplay, but I want to skip to the end. This one highlights a new enemy, which looks like a corrupted Night Sentinel, or who's being controlled, which could be this guy that's also in the trailer. And he's got double crucible swords, which makes him even more dangerous, because that weapon pretty much one-shots enemies. Now, the reason I said he could be corrupted or controlled is because the yellow glow on his face reminds me when the Makers were controlling the Slayer, and they would release him upon the demons. And his crucible sword is also yellow, which matches the color that we see on the Makers. So this could be another time when the Makers controlled strong warriors, and only releasing them when the Makers need them for something like a big battle. There's also this demon, which looks like a new version of a Revenant with a sickle, and the ability to appear as a shadow. One of the cool things about the new spear is that it has multiple uses, like for close range melee, long range by throwing it. You can also spin it around to avoid some bullet damage, and also serves as part of a finishing move animation. So let's go to the end of the trailer when the Slayer takes off his armor. He hands over this object, which is taken by a demon, and we saw these early in the trailer. Then we see a hammer that's being used to forge some armor, and the same glowing hand could mean it's the same demon in the two scenes. So what's interesting about this part is that it's somewhat connecting to the lore that was mentioned in Doom 2016. Yes, 10 years ago. The Slayer Testaments was like a journal made by the demons. It held records of the Slayer invading hell as he went on a rampage, destroying every demon he found. One of the Slayer Testaments really connects with this scene alone. And here's what it says: "And in his terrible rancor, between worlds and through time, the Hell Walker found the Wretch who shall not be named. But in his heresy was loyal to his evil cause. The Wretch adorned the Doomslayer in a mighty armor, wrought in the forges of hell, impenetrable and unyielding. With sword and shield of adamantine strength, the Doomslayer set to banishing all that were left unbroken by his savagery to the void." Now, I want to focus on this part where it says, "the Wretch who shall not be named." That's like saying the Wretch is just a name for someone you don't like. Now, the real name of this demon was kept a secret for the past 10 years, since this appeared in Doom 2016, and now in 2026, we might have a clue to who this Wretch really is. Because in the Revelations trailer, it shows the voice speaking in this part is called the Architect. This is the same voice that says, "I am not your enemy, I am your way out," as if it's saying he's trying to help the Slayer. Now, in the Codex entry for the Spectre Demon in Doom Eternal, it mentions there was some type of insurgent, which is another word for rebellion. So this could mean a group of demons did start an uprising against other leaders in hell. So this demon here that's forging armor for the Doomslayer could just be upgrading it with the powers of hell, which could explain why the Slayer can withstand so much damage from the demons, because he's got hell's powers in his armor, so it's like an upgrade. Now this demon could be part of this rebellion or uprising, and his role in the story could be explained in the Revelations DLC. I also want to look at this part when they say this: "The council has chosen, beneath this chamber will be your tomb." This could just be saying you will not survive this place, so this is where you meet your end. Or maybe this could be referencing the tomb that the Slayer is drawn into, which is when he's captured and placed inside a sarcophagus, and this connects into the opening story of Doom 2016. Yet, as the mighty Titan fell and dread engulfed the armies of Doom, the demon priests of the Blood Temples laid a trap to capture the Scourge of Hell. Insatiable, even by the vanquishing of the Great One, the Hell Walker sought prey in the tombs of the Blood Keep. And blinded by his fervor, the lure drew him in. The priest brought down the temple upon the Doomslayer, and in his defeat entombed him in the cursed sarcophagus. The mark of the Doomslayer was burned upon his crypt, a warning to all of hell that the terror within must never be freed. There he lies still, and even more, in silent suffering. There seems to be a connection in the lore from the Slayer Testaments in 2016 to the Revelations DLC trailer in 2026, but again, it's just a theory and I could be wrong. So for now, I'm just trying to make connections in what I see and what I know in the past. So either way, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Put your comments below, leave a like on it, and I'll see you in the next one.